Hey, do you have old eyeglass cases and you don't know what to do with them? Don't throw them away. Let me show you a way that you can make these functionable and use them on your travel, your day to day life, and store it in your car. Do whatever it is that you like after I show you what to do with these. So, if you have these cases, or if you can find these cases at a thrift store, or someone can give you a case, let me show you what to do with it. I'm going to show you the materials that I'm going to be using. You're going to need a hot glue gun for this, and some fabric and batting, scissors, elastic, and then some things to put inside of this case. Let's get started. And I forgot to mention, you're going to need a piece of cardboard. So I have this old Walmart box that I'm going to use for this project. So stay tuned. Let me show you what we're going to do. So all three of these eyeglass cases are different sizes. So you just determine like whichever ones you have, or find which size you need. And this one is so old, it's coming apart, but we're going to fix that today. Okay. I'm going to work with this case right here. And I just put a piece of tape right here just so that you won't see the logo on the back of this, because this is not sponsored. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take your eyeglass case, and I'm just going to cut a piece of this cardboard. I'm just going to tear a piece of it out. And what you want to do is try your best to fit your cardboard into the bottom of and the top of your case. Okay. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay. So I've cut out the bottom part of my cardboard, and I also cut out the top part of my cardboard. They don't have to be perfect. Okay. This does not have to be perfect, but you do want it to kind of fit inside of the case, inside of the bottom of the case. So just get it in there the best way that you can. And I'm gonna cut my corners just a little bit to make it sit nice and flush. Just a little. Okay. I'll get that out the way. So this is what it should look like. So you want it to be flush inside of the case, um, on both sides. And the next step is we're going to take, if I could get it out, the cardboard, and I'm going to use some of my scrap batting. So you can use up those scrap pieces of batting that you may have lying around. You can also use felt. You can also use fleece or flannel for this project. Okay. The purpose is you want to make this plush, this piece and this piece plush. So I'm just going to measure out, and I'm just going to cut the batting to size. And for the one at the bottom, I'm going to use two pieces of batting just because I want it to be a little higher up. And then for the top, I only need one piece, but let me get it from this end. So you can use up your scrap fabrics. You can use up your scrap, whatever you have scrappy. Just, don't throw it away. This is easy and simple project. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to put a little hot glue just so my batting can stay down. And then I'm just going to smooth that out. And then I'm going to take my other piece of batting, and smooth this out on top of that. And I'll do the same thing with the one at the top. And then I'm just going to cut this piece off at the bottom and use it for the sides. Just to fill it in. So see, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to cover it. Because nobody's going to see this underneath here anyway. And I'm going to take this fat quarter fabric and I'm going to cover my top portion and the bottom portion with the fabric. So I just left this sticker on so you can see that it is a fat quarter and the size of the fabric. Okay. And I'm going to open this up. And you can use whatever fabrics you like or have, whatever scrap fabrics you have. And I'm going to just lay this down. And you only need one layer, but you do want to leave seam allowance. So I'm going to probably use like 2 fingers on each side as my seam allowance. Okay. This doesn't have to be perfect either, okay? Because it's going to be tucked behind the cardboard and nobody will ever see it, okay? So then I'm just going to do the same thing with this, the one for the top. 2 fingers there, 2 fingers there, there, and there. And it's still a guesstimation. If you want to cut it and make it neat, you are more than welcome to do that. But this is supposed to be quick, fun, and easy. And if you have gotten to this part of the video, please like, comment, share, and consider subscribing to the channel if you like little DIYs like this. Okay, so I have this is my top portion. I'm going to smooth that fabric out. And then I'm just going to lift it up and get some glue onto this so that I can smooth this out. Just smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out. And be careful because hot glue does get hot. And I'm going to need another glue stick. So we have that down. Then I'm just going to flip it over and close this in. Pull it tight so that it can fit in your case. Pull it to the edge of your cardboard, okay? Let's see if I can get this a little neat. Okay, girl. I see you. Pull it as tight as possible so it can be flat. Hold it down for a couple of seconds so that the glue can adhere to the back. Please be careful with the hot glue. I'm kind of used to it, so it burns, but it don't burn. Okay. Okay. So just let that sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other, with the bottom portion of it, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so here I have some, I think it's 3/4 inch elastic. I've used this elastic for something else, so these are remnants. I'm just going to use a lighter and cinch the ends just so that they will stop fraying. And you can use whatever size elastic you would like for this project. This is just what I had on hand. So these are the backs. This is the back. You see the fold. This is the front. Okay. So where the fold is on the back, I want you to take your elastic, put it underneath, and then all we're going to do is just hot glue our elastic to the back of this project. And you can either have your elastic in the center, or you can do 2 lines or 2 rows like I'm doing. And I'm just kind of like eyeballing it. So it may or may not be straight, but it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And I'm going to put a generous amount of glue. And I'm going to hold this down so that it can adhere to the back. I'm also going to cut this end off, and then I'll just relight it. So hold it down as good as you can. I mean, as long as you can. And then I'm just going to light the back. And then I'm just going to get the other end and pull it towards the other side. And then I'm going to heat this down. And hold it so that it can adhere. And then I'll do another row just like that. Then I'm going to take this one and do the same thing with this cardboard. And then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So I'm coming to the last part. And I just wanted to show you what it's looking like so far. So this is the one for the bottom. And I did the 2 rows of elastic there. And then for the top, I'm doing 1 row in the middle and then 2 rows down. And once this sets, I'm going to show you inside of the case. So I did want to say that you can paint the outside of your case. You can also add like Mod Podge and put fabric on your case. You could customize your case however you would like. For the purpose of this video, I'm just leaving mine black, but I just wanted you to know that if you had some paint, you can paint this, you can spray paint it, sit it outside and let it dry. You can make your case whatever color you would like. So we have this for the top. And so now I'm going to put my top in. Hold on, let's see. So I have my top in, and then I'm going to put my bottom in. And so now this is what you have. Isn't it so cute? And so I'm going to show you what you can use this for. Okay. So, hold on. Let's see. So I'm going to take my earrings off. And I'm just going to put my earrings in the case. So when I'm traveling, my earrings are safe and they won't get broken. What else am I going to put in my case? I'm going to hide a little bit of money in my case. Don't worry about my $2, okay? Last $2. I'm not going to lose. Okay, so I can put my $2 or my money. I can stick my money in here and nobody will know. I can also, I was trying to see if this would have, we're just going to try it and see. Okay, it's not sponsored, but let's just see. Nope, that's not going to close. But if it was smaller, it might close. But just say that you want to put your watch to protect it. Stick your watch in here underneath the straps and it won't move around. Okay? So you can use this for whatever will fit in here and go and keep use the elastic bands so that your stuff won't move around. Okay? You can take off your wedding ring if you want to and put it in here and close it up. How cute is that? Let me know in the comments if you're going to make this. I think it's so stinking cute. And you can just dump this in your travel bag, your carry-on bag. You can put this in the dog kennel and they can't mess it up. Okay? So, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, this video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel, and come back for more tutorials like this. And I want to say that if this is your first time watching, welcome in or goodbye. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome in or goodbye. And if you are watching this on the replay, welcome or goodbye. But I appreciate you for being here and taking out your time to watch this video. So have a blessed day, and I will see you on the next video. The next video. How stinking cute is that? Do you love it? Let me know in the comments if you love it or not.